Okay, Siman Kufay, continuing the halachas of Chalamayid. So, Dvarim Asurim Mishum Tircha, what you're not allowed to do with Tircha and Chalamayid by Beis Sifim. Aleph, also Lasiya Velisa Mitaltalav Uklei Beisai. It's also to travel and carry things and things from your house. From one dir in one chatzah to a dir in another chatzah. Even if you're going from an ugly apartment to a fancier apartment, but from one house to another house in one chatzah is mutter. And if the 2 yards are close to each other, there's a door in between them, then you're allowed to move it there. As long as you don't go to Shusarabim. Meaning this is all based on malacha. It's very difficult for people to understand this concept in what do you call it? In halacha, meaning they think it's a tircha, so you're schlepping, right? I mean, you're schlepping, so that's a tircha. No, it's a tircha based on what's malacha. So to go within one chutzner, you could schlepp all you want, right? So if you're within an eruv, you also could schlepp. So theoretically, you can move houses on Chalamayid, because that's not considered a malacha. And if it's a loss, even one city to another city. If you're living in a borrowed apartment, you're going to your own apartment. It's because of simcha. It's a simcha to live in your own apartment. The only thing is you have zilzal. If it's a zilzal to mayid, that's like that's a whole different subject. So let's say you have to bring in your fruit or other property because you're afraid of ganovim or other losses like from rain. Do it as much as you can. Bitzina. What the last is feel b'farhesi, you could do b'farhesi again. It's because of davar avad, but if you waited and you left this for Chalamayid, then it's asr. Meaning, because Chalamayid you have more times, and then it's asr to do. Simin kuvav dine mekach umemkar b'Chalamayid, to do business on Chalamayid u'bay ches ifim. Aleph kol schar asura bein liknos bein limkar. Any business, it's asr to do, whether you're buying or you're selling. Rakim nizdamel revach meruba, unless you get a really good deal. Yachal liknos v'limkar b'tzina, then you're allowed to buy and sell b'tzina. V'yatzi l'chvayid yamtif. But then you have to spend some of that money more than what you normally spend. So if you got a good deal in the stock market, so you buy it, but then you have to use some of that money. If you have merchandise, that if you don't sell it now, you're going to lose from the principal, meaning not that you're going to lose a profit. It's actually going to go down. So it's mutter to sell it because of davar avad. But if you're not chayshed for the loss, it's just that you're afraid that you're not going to profit. Also, then you're not allowed to sell because not making a profit is not called a loss. Gimel imchal yurid, if there's a big sale, that's back then, it's like the flea market that came to town, or the regular weekly shuk. And it's before the Goyish holidays, where many purchases come. Since it's not something that's common, then losing the profits like a hefsid. Lamashal. The April 15th was this week, right? So that's a time when all the goyim are doing their taxes. So it could be an accountant would have a heter to work because that's the week that he has to get it all done. He can't push it off to the next week. Anyway, it says mutter limkar. I went back. The kivan to davar she'ena tadir chashvin and gamanias arevach kamay hefsid. So then, even losing profits considered like a loss. And then, of course, the most common is if you're punked next to a mall, and the mall has some clothing there, you're gonna have to schlep it back. So then you'd be able to go shopping there too on Yom Tif, on Chol Hamoed. But the regular weekly Yom HaShuk, that's also. Let's say sometimes a seller or a ship comes in with stuff on sale. And it doesn't constantly come. Then you could buy and sell with them because it's an abnormal situation, and if you're gonna lose out too much. Somebody needs to buy wine at the time of the harvest. Then he needs it for his house for the year. To drink the whole year. If he doesn't buy it now, the wine prices are going to go up. You could buy it on Chol, but not for business. So the common question here is when you check flights to Eretz Yisrael, and you see that the prices go down, are you allowed to buy it on Chol Hamoed?
Sure hope so.
So it would be mutter. Hey, things that are necessary for Moed, and payers for tavlin, fruit, spices, that could be sold even in public, which is the heter for grocery stores to be open on Chol Hamoed. I guess, David, it's good that you're listening in on this, because otherwise, why would they have a heter? And once they're already keeping it open for Yidden, it's mutter for them to also sell for a guy. How about to collect debt? It's the minig is to be makel even to a Yid. That's considered davar aved, meaning if you have an opportunity to collect a loan, you better collect it. Zayin lahavas beribis laakam aroga. Let's like to lend beribis to a guy who normally comes to you. That's mutam davar aved shelo yargel esatzmei etzel acher, because you don't. This one comes up a lot. Can you keep a business open? Because if you close it down for a week, they're going to take their business elsewhere. Right? Meaning right now there's no chashash of a heavy loss. No, so the guy won't buy from you that week. But if he needs a new it takes a new broker, and you lost your customer for life, that could be a big loss. And if you lend to a guy who doesn't normally borrow from you, meaning if punked guy, a new customer comes, so then you don't have this heter. So the Kitzur is saying what you do is you take any of the interest that you made and you give it to Simchas Yom Tov. Also, but to sell to a new customer, it's also that you can't even do it and then add on for Simchas Yom Tov. So why is a loan different? I think because a loan is not really a malacha, but business is. But if it's a regular customer, it's mutter mishum davi davar aved shalayagel esatzmei etzel acherim, that they shouldn't go to do business by other people. Chiluf matpayis aser, money changing is aser. Right, but if you need it, like in Eretz Yisrael, and you only have dollars, so then lachar you can do it. Okay, we'll stop over there. And have a fine night.